The midi skirt is flopping, and some say it's already become the Edsel of the fashion industry. Just the same, a good number of stores, magazines, and women's columns in daily newspapers are frantically boosting it. It seems to be a conspiracy against thighs and knees, and W5's Heinz Avigdor gets to the bottom of it.
One of the dresses that you've read about and will be seeing in every fashion magazine. Women's Wear Daily calls it the most important dress in Paris, the woman in love dress. Marc Bohan, Christian Dior.
The midi? I think it looks ridiculous.
You're not going to be wearing one?
No. Makes people's legs look ugly. Legs have such beautiful lines. Why cut them off?
Middies are long. Don't like them. Don't like them. Makes the women look old.
I don't like it.
Why?
I just don't. It's too long. I like short skirts.
So do the majority of North American women, it seems. But the men who control our second largest consumer industry have something else in mind. They've decreed this the year of the midi, and they're staking hundreds of millions of dollars on their gamble. If there's a villain to point your finger at, it lives here in New York City and is called Women's Wear Daily. With a circulation of only 90,000, this tiny trade paper is the most powerful and influential voice in women's fashion. And when it speaks, it says midi. We talked to Women's Wear Daily publisher James Brady about his paper's crusade.
We don't think it's a crusade. What we think is that the miniskirt has been around so long now that it's time for change, and really fashion is change. And we're a newspaper writing about fashion, and the news right now is the new longer skirt. The miniskirt is going to move into a category of classic. It's going to be like your trench coat or your blue jeans. It's going to be something you'll have in the closet. You'll bring it out on a very hot day, or if you're going to the tennis matches, but it's no longer news. It's no longer fashion.
Fashion designers are almost unanimous in condemning the mini. We talked to one of Canada's top designers, John Warden.
Everyone has talked about it. It's been controversial talk between business people, designers, journalists, the consumer, and I think finally it has come into being. I think that this is the length, the established length, and I think that women are liking it. I'm not so sure if all men are liking it or all women are really liking it, but it's going to happen. This new length is very pleasing to my eye because I find it very feminine. And I don't think that, if you really think about it, that in the 17th or 18th or whatever century in fashion where they were wearing a lot of hoop skirts and a lot of crinolines and ruffles and things, that it was much more interesting to the man to get down to the nitty-gritty through lots of crinolines and skirts and things. And it is today to see women walking completely exposed. It leaves nothing to a man's imagination. It's just not, I think they all look like majorettes or Minnie Mouses walking across the street.
Dress manufacturers aren't happy about the hemline confusion. Many have compromised and cut dresses somewhere between mini and midi length.
These days, you cannot make too many mistakes in manufacturing, because if you make a couple mistakes, you may have to close down the factory. It's been a very, very rough season in the industry as a whole. That's the way the storekeepers are reacting to when they are coming up to reorders or to review new styles. They are complaining that the business hasn't been the way they expected it to be. The public is a little bit confused. They are waiting to see the trend. Everybody's waiting for somebody else.
The midi means more fabric. Add a touch of inflation and you'll find prices up 10 to 20% over last fall. If you're a woman over 25, your choice in miniskirts will be limited too. Store windows aren't showing much knee.
The midi appears to be making inroads at the women of the middle and upper age, whereas the youth, we have found in the last few weeks, have rejected it. Whether the midi and this particular look, which on some women makes them look older, is the right one, we're not at all sure. Certain women it does suit, it makes them look more elegant, it's more feminine. Others, though, may not think so.
The midi? I don't care for it at all.
I have a dress shop. I hate it.
There's always a woman who just won't do what you're supposed to do. And that's what makes our world so exciting right now, because there's not a uniform. It's not like in '39 when Dior dropped the skirts and every woman in the world dropped her skirt. We don't have that kind of leadership today. We don't have the kind of women that are going to follow whatever is in fashion. That's why everybody's fighting it. That's why everybody's talking about it, because women or men are individual.
Excuse me, miss. Trying to find out what people think of the Midi.
Midi? Oh, I love it. I like it. I like it very much if you're very tall and very thin. But if you're about that big, you look like your own grandmother, you know? Yeah.
There's been a lot of static against the longer skirt. I think that they will fall into line, and I think it's going to happen this fall from now on in New York and maybe in Los Angeles. I think it'll take a little longer in the provincial cities.
Unfortunately, Women's Wear Daily has a great influence on the fashion industry all over the world. It's very, very debatable if their influence warrants their knowledge of the general public, because they are trying to create themselves as authorities on styling that has no bearing on the general trend of the time. They have created a lot of controversy in the industry.
Women's Wear Daily has a lot of power because it gets to the right people. It influences the retailers, the people who run the stores, and they are our principal readers. And what they decide to do really determines what the merchandise is going to be and what people like you or I can buy.
Women's Wear Daily is a very necessary part of the fashion industry. Unfortunately, they're not always reputable because of a great bias from time to time in their fashion editorial. It's been noticed very definitely in the Midi. If you were to read Women's Wear Daily faithfully, you would think that the women on the streets of New York wore nothing but the Midi. This is far from true.
No one's arm has yet been twisted to buy a long skirt or indeed a short. I think the woman is going to make up her own mind. But as I say, I think most American women will, when their eye becomes used to the long look, they will get aboard and they will follow this trend as they followed every other trend of fashion through the years.
No, we don't like it.
Why?
Why? Well, because I think what we had before was much better.
In what way?
In what way? Well, you could really see more of, really attractiveness.
You hear a lot of talk of men saying that, I want the miniskirt to stay around, but I do remember very definitely, once again, 5 or 6 years ago when the miniskirt was coming in, of men saying, my wife isn't going to show her thighs in public, and now they're saying, my wife isn't going to cover up her thighs in public. So I think that men will accept what women decide to wear, and that women will decide the fate of the long skirt one way or the other.
The opposition is coming from different sources. Certainly the newspapers and public media are reviewing it more than ever before. We're actually having customer complaints about it. We get little notes from people saying they don't like the Midi.
I don't mind opposition. I think that this is an age of protest, and people are going to stand up and parade and raise a little hell if they can.
There's been so much talk about it that people are so curious that people are going to go out and buy it.
I like it. I'm brainwashed. I'm not wearing it today, but I do like it. If you're tall.
What do you mean you're brainwashed?
Well, you have to like it. Now the other look doesn't look good because you've seen so many pictures of it long.
Okay, thanks.
It is brainwashed.
I can tell them what they should wear because they have faith in that what I'm going to say is going to be right for them. And a designer actually, if he's not a businessman, of which I'm not, can do that because she has faith in that he's talking creatively, not in a business way to sell her an extra dress.
There's an old theory, that homosexual designers get together and they create fashion which is ugly because they hate women. This is a lot of nonsense because what designers like more than anything else in the world is to make money. And to make money, they make pretty clothes.
I think Mini, it's out now.
Right.
Don't you think so?
Oh, I think this is very feminine. Do you think everyone can wear the Midi?
Absolutely, because even if a woman is not very tall and if she's not very, very slim, she looks much slimmer and much taller.
The mini is okay. I think I'm still going to wear it.
I
Nothing
think
wrong
it's
with it.
beautiful for young
It's great.
girls.
Like, I know
Looks
a lot of-
very nice.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
A lot
It's
of guys
true.
digging the mini. You know,
Yeah.
like they like it better. They like the legs.
Yeah.
But that's cool. You know, like the mini is fashion. That's what's going.